Good. Yes.
No, I don't want a consolation and question.
How do I like directing as opposed to acting? Is the question. Two completely different. I mean, from just the mindset alone is polar opposites. And I really I think got a sense of that this year when I directed the episode that I did, because I was acting in it a lot more than normal. The previous two, they'd kind of given me a bit of a break. And this year they just decided not to. They're like, nah, the hell with it. We're gonna write.
It was actually specifically heavy.
I think it was, yeah, it was specifically a heavy Dean episode. And yeah, calm down. But it was very difficult. It's very difficult to go from one to the other. I didn't think it would be, but I really kind of felt it this year, because as an actor, and I don't know, you might have a different kind of thing, but when I'm acting on set, my mind is very clear. I don't have to think about a whole lot. I learn the lines. You know, he and I will run the lines, and I'll have them. But then I just kind of let everything go, which opens me up, and I think he is as well. It opens us up to find kind of the nuances in the scene when we're performing and when we're working together. And I think that's just something that we have done instinctually. And as a director, I'm thinking about 4 million things. I'm getting questions asked of me, you know, every 10 seconds. It's like, okay, Jensen, which knife do you want to use? You know, what do you want? Do you want this car? How do you want this actress's hair done? How do you want the? And I'm just like, whoa!
Jared won't come out of his trailer.
Somebody needs to go talk to him. So it's just two totally different frames of mind, and it was very difficult to take the director's hat off and put the actor's hat on so much this past episode. But I don't know, you guys will have to be the ultimate judges of how I did.
What also must be tough, and just from, I mean, I haven't directed an episode, but as an actor you want to play. As an actor you get a scene, and you want to, like you said, learn it, get the fundamentals, and then play in the scene. But as a director, you have to make your day. So you can't just go like, oh, actor Jensen takes over, and we do one scene all day, because director Jensen has to go like, okay, we have to move to the next scene, you know, so that must be difficult as well.
It's also like clearing your mind so that you can perform, and then, but also remembering what's happening during the scene so that you can make notes as a director afterwards. So, you know, we did this one scene with a wonderful actress, and I don't want to ruin anything, so I won't give it away, but, and I was essentially in the scene with her, and I would forget my lines because I was sitting there thinking about, okay, I want to make a note on that performance, on that line for her that I'll tell her when we're done with the scene. Oh crap, I've actually got a line here. You know, so it's tricky. I definitely have a much greater respect for the men and women that are actors and do direct, you know, like the Clint Eastwoods of the world and the, you know, Kevin Costners and that kind of stuff. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's the question for Jared? Not that anybody cares.
I do, and I don't wash my hands. As a joke, yes, I do. My wife has taken the load. That sounds bad. My wife has taken the brunt of the load, not the specific diaper, but
no pun intended.
No pun intended. Or, yeah, but I do. I try to help out as much as I can. Way in the back. Your hands way up.
New York.
No way. Very cool. Very cool. They tried to go places.
Yeah, we've often pitched the idea to the writers that there's got to be something haunting
a surfing monster
beach somewhere. The ghost surfer in Maui. They don't go for it, oddly enough.
But then again, we'd get there, we'd have to have all our gear on that can carry knives and guns. So we'd be walking down the beach in like boots and pants and a leather jacket with guns and knives. Like, this sucks. So, if only. I'm gonna go way over here to the side, right there. I was. Who from Supernatural would be on Mathletes? I would want Richard Speight to be on Mathletes. Because that guy reading a phone book makes me laugh. And something about math needs a little bit of humor, so I'd put Trickster himself there as a mathlete.
I think math is hilarious.
Was it? You need a girl too? Well, my wife is good at math, so y'all can take her, but she's busy carrying the load.
They do. They have math offs at home.
And go. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8.
I hate being the judge. I really do.
Clavy, I'm gonna take your shirt off.
Yes, yes, right there.
I have another shirt on underneath, but now.
I apologize to all the men in here.
Who are you?
Right there, she's good.
I have a question for Jared. I know Jared
Now we're talking.
He does the directing thing. Have you ever considered the production side of things?
Production side? Sure.
Anything directing or...
Maybe. I'm more, not really as a director. I wouldn't mind maybe directing someday, but I don't think I'd want to direct Supernatural for whatever it's worth. As something in the behind the scenes, I'd love to be involved in the production somehow. I love the idea of casting. It sounds really strange, but I've always thought I've been a good judge of talent, and not myself necessarily, but as somebody else. Like there will be times where I'll be like, this guy can act. This guy, I just feel like none of that means anything.
Have you ever sat into a casting session?
I know they can be difficult.
It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it is, because I don't know if it's just because I'm an actor and I just feel for these people, but they come in and they're like shaking and nervous, and it's just like,
Jared, calm down.
Jared, you've done this 150,000 times.
You already have the job. Why are you in the room? Get back to set.
Yeah, it's difficult.
We just actually had, not the question necessarily, but we just had a funny conversation with DJ Qualls, who's amazing, by the way. If y'all haven't- But about a specific casting director in Los Angeles, who's a terror, a tyrant. And at one point in time, I auditioned for a Mandy Moore movie or something like that, way back in the day. And literally, hey, laugh it up. I'm just kidding.
It's okay, he turned it down for the Olsen Twins movie.
Anyways, during the audition, I'm reading with the director, and a phone rings, because we're kind of like in her office / reading room, and her phone rings. And I give her a look kind of like, what do you want? Like, I don't break character, but I kind of give her one of the like, are we gonna stop? And she kind of makes the motion like, keep going, and goes over to the phone and goes, yeah, keep going. Hey, I'm casting right now. Yeah, I'll call you back later, bye. And then goes back, finishes the scene, and is like, well, thank you very much. It's like, how did you know what even happened? You answered a phone during my... So, anyways, he had some...
I had the same casting director. I won't say what movie or the name, but I went in, and I was all prepared. It was this big, dramatic scene, and I walked in, and she's sitting behind her desk, and she's got her glasses kind of halfway down her nose, and she looks me up and down, and kind of gives this, And then she looks at my picture, my resume, and I'm just standing there.
You prepare a lot of scenes too, right? You
What's
like 10 pages of...
Oh yeah, it was like 10 pages of dialogue. I mean, it was a ton, and there was like 3 scenes, I think. And she looks up, she puts her glasses, takes her glasses off, she goes, "What do you think of the AIDS epidemic in Africa?" What? And I'm looking at my sides, and I'm like, that is not in the script. And I'm like, okay, it's just for real. This is an actual, I mean, she's just, burning holes in me. And I was like, it's terrible. It's terrible. She goes, okay. Well, let's go ahead and read. And we did one scene, and she's like, thank you very much. Next, please. I was like, so did I get it? But it was awful. I just turned, tucked tail, was like, no, okay.
All right, no.
Your loss.
I'll go over here to this side.
Yes.
Gosh.
It's funny, when I pick them, they're for you. When you pick them, they're for... Hi.
Oh yeah, what would you say?
Well, this is awkward. You're asking me what compliment I would give to somebody else about Jared? Jeez.
He's tall.
You know what I'd say? I'd say, the man has such a wonderful family. I don't know what happened to him.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
It's kind of a compliment. Such a wonderful parents, amazing brothers. I just don't know what happened to the guy. There's many compliments I could give this guy, but I don't want his head to explode, so I will save that for a private time. Yeah. What's that? It's for Jared also.
In all honesty, I mean, we really lucked out. Like he's like a brother, So I can say a lot of good stuff. I think it's been nice. Hollywood especially can be rife with people who are just after something else. I don't know if it's Texas or our families are so similar, or we have similar interests, or sports. But I love that oftentimes Hollywood can feel really kind of like you're clashing with people I think people who have a sports background of some sort get that you're on the same team. Like if he succeeds, I win too. If I succeed, he wins too. There seems to be this, and because you kind of have to as an actor, it's really unfortunate. But like these casting scenes, like you get in there and you're in this room, and if the other guy beats you, then you're jobless. But once you get the job, that dies. Like you can let that go. And so people realize, hey, we both made the team. Like let's win now, which isn't always the case. But beyond that, he's a good dude.
I would say just a quick little anecdote. Last night we went out to dinner and took some of the family out to dinner and then met up with one of my best friends growing up here in Dallas. And he, the groom's been at my wedding. He's one of my best friends. And he came and him and his wife joined us and we hung out for a little bit. And Jared and I were debating each other like we often do, and just having a back and forth and just having a good conversation. And I get a text message from my friend after we all dispersed, and he just texted me. He goes, "Great to see you. You two really are brothers." Aww. So yeah, that's kind of a sideways compliment there for both of us from a friend. So there you go. That's. But which is funny because I can't stand the guy.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And I wish we fought more. I'm gonna go straight down the center here. Yes.
Well, see, it's not that difficult, is it?
Very cool. Well,
yes. Hi.
Oh wait. Real quick, and then we'll go. Yes, go for it.
I feel really hurt now that you didn't. And I'm a teen girl. Look at my shirt.
Oh come on. Yeah, we'll go back over here.
Sorry, I didn't see, but now, loving. Hi.
All right, I have a question for the both of you. You guys have experienced traumatic events in the show, two of them being